This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the figure I said I was going to look at last week, and that is our Liya Alopex Candyland version from the Mystic Land, part of Ladotoys. And as I kind of mentioned before in my previous review of the regular fixed version, she's a pink version that looks like she's taking clothing tips from Misty / Kasumi from Pokemon. But she is a very cute looking figure again. On the side here, we see a side shot of her face holding the wrench and her tail. On the other side, we see an angry face holding the sword. And on the back, we have a quote here of, "Where am I? I just remembered seeing a swirl of light in the ruins. Guys, where are you?" And then she has her 3 different heads, and it shows all the little parts that come with her. And so let's go ahead and open her up. She's got the same background as the previous version did. We do have a new card here for her. Liya Alopex, Candyland version, era 001CL. Character information: gender, female, height 186 centimeters, age 16, species Arctic fox, birthday March 23rd, era 37, occupation mechanic, level 24 master. She's got a high strength, and then her magic, her intelligence, her health, and her agility are all pretty much even. Level 1 sword training, level 20 mechanical appraisal, and level 20 mechanical repair. And then we have the other side that's just stuff in Chinese. Same quotes also. We've got her hands and her tools, this time in yellow for the tools. Alright, so once again, we have the same 3 head sculpts. We have kind of like the neutral portrait here, which does have eyes that you can move around. We have the angry portrait. Again, we do have the eyes that move around in there. And these ones actually seem to be lined up pretty well this time, unlike the previous one. And this one was the embarrassed one, I think, but almost looks like she's ready to cry this time around, because they didn't put like the pink flush in her cheeks. So it does give it a slightly different look to it. She comes with her tool belt again to attach to her regular belt, hammer, and her sword. And I believe these things are all in the same color. These two things are all in the same color. And the bag is a lighter color to go with the lighter color belt, which again, you might remember, peg it in up here, and then we got to peg it in the back. And we have our tail, which is articulated here at the end, where it can spin and rotate a bit. Probably a ball joint under there. Also here, although it doesn't move quite as much here as it does on... Oh, well, I just pulled it off the ball joint. So, yeah, the second one doesn't move quite as much as the first one does. And then the part that plugs into her butt has also the ball joint and can spin around. And there's the joint for the butt, her butthole. Stick that in there. Again, it is a shame that they did not make the tail long enough to actually touch the ground, or shape it so it could touch the ground and be able to hold her up without the stand. Because even with the stand, it's hard to get her to hold up. The stand itself is a lighter brown instead of the gray of the previous one. Again, we have her sword, her hammer, and there she goes. We have 2 gripping hands, a third kind of partial gripping hand, axe, wrench, screwdriver, and monkey wrench. But let's go over her articulation really quickly here. The head is on a ball joint and can move and spin. The hair does interfere. You might want to remember that this ponytail can be, or the braid can be moved to the back of her head if you want, or you can bring it back to forward by twisting it. So she can have it in the front or the back. Her ears are independently articulated, so they can go up and down and spin. And now there's a lot of fluff in them. Her arms can lift up on the bicep and down. Spin all around. We do have a full bicep cut here and double jointed elbows. And the hands can spin at the wrist. And it does have like another one of those ball joints here. Unfortunately, her wristbands do interfere with her ability to actually move her hands. We'll swap the hand out while we've done that. But yeah, you can see it move here. Not a whole lot of movement though, again, because of the band. Her hands are popping out easier than the original one did. Because remember, this is our variant figure. Her boob cut here spins. You don't really want to try to go all the way around. This is about as far as you can go before you have to really force it. And then the waist does have independent swivel. And again, you don't want to go too far around if you can help it. Although it looks like there is more plastic stuck inside of her. And then you open up the little hole there if you push her too far. Her tools are supposed to fit into that. I know I didn't do this last time, but we'll do that in a moment, I guess. She does have drop-down hips. They are independently articulated from each other. She can kick forward so far, and she can kick back about that far. So it's a pretty nice amount there. And then because when you pull the hips down, you can go this far, giving her the ability to do a splits. We have a double jointed knee, giving us nice bend here. We do not have a boot cut, unfortunately. Nor do we actually have a thigh swivel. When you, oh, wait, never mind. We do have a thigh swivel. You just have to hold the shorts to do it. We have a foot articulation here. We can do a little bit of an angle. The hinge, spin. And then the toes are also articulated a little bit. Like I said, we can put our tools in her tool belt thing. I think we will put the wrench in here. No, actually, now that I think about it, the wrench should probably go here. The axe should probably go in the one in the back. And then we'll put the screwdriver and the other wrench in here. Now, one of the reasons why I originally didn't like display that is exactly what we just saw. They do go in there, but they don't stay in there very well, except for those two. I'm surprised I don't have anything that can hook onto here, though. She also doesn't have a place to put her sword, really, although I guess technically, if we take the axe out, I think we can fit it in here. Part way. And then previously the hammer actually fit in there, too. Sort of. Now, these are extra articulated figures too, so you can actually get them into various poses. Trying to have her be a little bit seductive here. I don't know how well that's looking on camera right now. Get all her crap out of the way. Probably would help a bit. It's too bad they can't really do good figures where they can cross their legs at the knee. I mean, we got a pretty nice cross here, but it's not perfect and not great. Although we could have her just sit like this. As well. Do that as well if we want. She does not want to stay on her base very well, though. So I said, it would have been nice if the tail... Oh, my God. If the tail had been designed better so it could be used to help hold her down. Also probably would have helped if we had two pegs for her feet. And then here's a bit of a side-by-side comparison of the two. Although they are using different heads. If you want to see the face replacement, you can go ahead and watch my other video. Oh, was that scratch on there before? That's kind of a shame. So it is the same figure, it's just in a different color scheme. But still very adorable. That being said, oh, there she goes. The boxes are also different. Different poses on the fronts. I actually like this one better. Different on the side. Different on that side. And of course, different in the back. Different poses once again. This information is a little bit smaller than that, however. And she's got a different set of quotes. So honestly, the only thing I really dislike about this figure, and both of them have this problem kind of, is how difficult it is to get them to stand up. And a lot of it does have to do with the design of that tail. And it's unfortunate that they didn't think about that when they created these figures. Because again, they should have made that tail so that it was long enough and shaped so it could be used to help her stand up. The fact that they didn't really do that is just sad. Also, when I was on their website taking a look at the information on the figures, there is a little game kind of thing on their website, except for you don't really do anything so far. Like, I tried it with all three of the characters you can select, and all you're basically doing is just walking around the area doing nothing. And it's just a single screen. Though there is a score counter and everything, and you do have the ability to fight, but you don't do anything. So that's kind of sad. But overall, again, I do really like these figures. I mean, aside from not being able to stand up straight, they're great. But why don't you let me know what you think in the comments below? And if you enjoyed this look at our Liya Alopex Candyland version, please feel free to hammer that like button. If you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, including the newer figures for this line as they come in, I do have all three of the upcoming releases pre-ordered. God only knows if I'll get them though, because sometimes those pre-orders do get canceled, unfortunately, earlier than they should. But like I said, you can subscribe if you want to see that. And of course, you might want to just give a little tap on that notification bell. I thank you for watching. Peace and love. Before I forget, here's the information on the website about her. Liya Alopex. I'm Liya. First time I've met you. Do you need anything fixed? The story begins with a girl named Liya, who grew up listening to her father's adventures. Growing up, her knowledge of mechanics excelled. As an adult, she opened her own repair store, specializing in all kinds of complex mechanical and magical devices. Her reputation gradually spread, attracting many customers who came for her help. but the fire adventure kept burning slowly in her heart, so she decided to explore the continent. Basic information: sex, female, age 16, height 186 centimeters, species Arctic fox, birthday March 23rd, era 37, occupation mechanic, level 20 master, mechanical repair, mechanical appraisal. Personality: good at observation, independent and tenacious, brave, not afraid of difficulties. Hobby: obsessive about high-end ancient and technological products. Disadvantages: emotional stability is only achieved when focused on repair, otherwise it's just no brain. Sword training, level 1. Mechanical appraisal, level 20. Mechanical repair, level 20. And it seems that our Liya here is actually the main character of this quote series.